Good morning, viewers. Your teacher today is Dr. Bbosa Science. Dr. Bbosa is a teacher at the Science Foundation College, the best school that teaches sciences. Today, 30th October 2020, we are going to revise structured equations in genetics at A level. 1. In human, albinism is caused by an autosomal recessive allele. On average, one person in 1,000 is an albino. A. Give two characteristics of an albino. An albino has got light-colored skin, white hair, and pink eyes. B. Using the formula p squared plus 2pq plus q squared is equal to 1, determine 1. Frequency of albino alleles in human population. The frequency of albino allele is equal to q. The frequency of albinism is equal to q squared is equal to 1 over 10,000 is equal to 1 over 10,000. Then Q is equal to 0.01. Therefore, the frequency of albino allele is equal to 0.01. 2. The frequency of heterozygous allele in the population. The frequency of dominant allele is given by the letter P. P plus Q is equal to 1. P plus 0.01 is equal to 1. Then P is equal to 0.09. But we are given that P squared plus 2pq is equal to q squared minus 1. So substituting 0.09 squared plus 2pq plus 0.01 squared is equal to 1. 2pq is equal to 0.0189. Therefore, the frequency of heterozygous is equal to 0.0198. C. Explain why it is difficult to eliminate albino allele from population. Because in large population, a large proportion of recessive allele exists in heterozygous state and not homozygous state, in which they can be eliminated by natural selection. 2a. Explain the meaning of Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium principle. Provided there is no disruptive influences such as mutation and natural selection, the frequency of alleles in a population remain constant generation after generation. There is a continued movement of gene within the population due to breeding, but overall gene frequencies remain constant. This stability is referred to as genetic equilibrium. B. State for conditions that must be fulfilled in order the principle to hold true. No mutation should occur. Mating should be random. The population should be large. There should be no immigration from or immigration into the population. Generations should not overlap. See, brown eyes in a human population is caused by a dominant gene, capital B. If in a population 84% of the people have brown eyes, using handy Weinberg formula determine the percentage of the population who are heterozygous. So the allele for brown eyes is capital B. The allele for other eyes is small b. The frequency of allele capital B is P. The frequency for alleles B is 2. We are given that people are dominant and heterozygous constitute 84%. Also that P squared plus 2P2 plus C squared is equal to 1. It implies that P squared plus 2P2 is equal to 0.84 or 84%. 2 squared will be equal to 1 minus 0.84, which is equal to 0.16. 2 is equal to 0.4. But P plus 2 is equal to 1. It implies that P is equal to 1 minus 0.4, which is equal to 0.6. When we go back in this equation, substituting in this equation, 0.6 squared plus 2P2 is equal to 0.84. 2P2 is equal to 0.48. Therefore, heterozygous for I is equal to 0.48. The proportion of heterozygous for I is equal to 0.4. Then 2 BB is equal to P squared is equal to 0.6 squared is equal to 0.36. The percentage of homozygous dominant is thus equal to 0.36 over 1 times 100, which is equal to 36%. 3. In an oil plant species, the allele for tallness is dominant over the allele for dwarfness. Meanwhile, the allele for chlorophyll production and non-chlorophyll production show incomplete dominance. The heterozygous plants are variegated. A. Using suitable symbols, construct a diagram cross between a tall plant with green leaves and a dwarf plant with variegated leaves to show the phenotype and the genotype. So if T is a gene for tall, small t gene for short, B gene for chlorophyll, G gene for no chlorophyll, either a tall plant has got capital T, capital T, capital B for chlorophyll, or capital T, small t, capital B for chlorophyll. The short plant with variegated leaf has got small t, capital B and capital G. We are using capital letters here because chlorophyll production and non-chlorophyll production show incomplete dominance. In the first cross, we have one tall plant with chlorophyll and one tall plant with variegated leaves. In the second case, where the genotype of the tall plant is capital T, small t, we have a tall plant with chlorophyll, a tall plant with variegated leaf, a short plant with chlorophyll, then a short plant with variegated leaves. Then B, explain why 25% of the offsprings may not survive. These ones are disadvantageous because they are short and variegated, may not trap enough light for photosynthesis. The 25%, these ones with genotype small t, capital B, capital G, is short with variegated leaf. It has a disadvantage that it may not trap enough light for photosynthesis. Number 4, in poultry, feather color is controlled by two sets of alleles. W, white, dominant over small w, colored. And capital B, black, is dominant over brown. A fowl heterozygous for both alleles, capital W, capital B, small b, is white. A, explain why the genetic constitution, capital W, capital B, small b, is white. In the genotype, capital W, capital B, small b, the effect of the gene W, white, masks the effect of gene B, black, because white is dominant over colored. B, work out to show the phenotypic ratio of crossing a white cock, capital W, capital B, small b, with a brown hen. So the parent phenotype is white and brown. Parent genotype is capital W, capital B, small b. A brown hen is small w, small b, small b. When we come to gametes, this one produces 4 gametes. Capital W, capital B, capital W, small b, small w, capital B, small w, small b. A brown hen produces only 1 gamete. When this meets this is capital W, capital B, small b. When this one meets this one, you get capital W, small b, small b. When this fertilizes this, small w, capital B, small b. When this fertilizes this, you get small w, small b, small b. Then the phenotypes is 2 white, 1 black, and 1 brown. C, state the possible genotype for black fowl to be small w, capital B, or small w, capital B, small b. So these are black. Number 5A, distinguish between sex-linked and sex-limited genes. A sex-linked gene is one that is carried on X chromosome. A sex-limited gene is one that expresses itself in one sex, either male or female. Color blindness in man is caused by a recessive gene on X chromosome. 1. A man with normal eyesight married a colorblind girl. Using symbols, work out the probability of producing a normal girl. If capital H is gene for normal sight, small h is gene for color blindness, the parent phenotypes are normal man, colorblind woman. The genotype for normal man is X capital HY. The genotype for colorblind woman is X small h, X small h. The gametes, a normal man produces two gametes. One is X capital H and Y. A colorblind woman produces one gamete, which is X small h. The offsprings will be X capital H, X small h for a normal girl who is a carrier, and X small h and Y for a colorblind boy. So all the boys will be colorblind, all the girls will be normal. So the probability of a girl with normal sight will be 1 because all girls are normal. 2. If one daughter from B1 above married a man with normal sight, what's the probability that they produce a boy with normal eyesight? Again, capital H is gene for normal sight, small h is gene for color blindness. So the parent phenotypes, the man is normal, the girl is normal but a carrier. Parent genotypes, the man is X capital H Y, the girl is X capital H and X small h. The offsprings, the girls are normal but one is a carrier. One boy is normal, one boy is colorblind. So the probability of a boy, the probability of boy with normal sight will be equal to 1 over 2 over the two boys. One is colorblind, one is normal. Number 6A, define the following terms: Bbosa cross, sex-linked, and sex-limited characters. Bbosa cross is the crossing of an individual in F1 generation with one of the parents with the aim of increasing genetic contribution of the parent to the offspring. Sex-linked character is one whose gene is carried on X chromosome. Sex-limited character is one that is expressed in one sex only, either male or female. For example, a scrotal sac is found only in males, a uterus is found only in the female. B. Which cells in cereals are haploid, diploid, or triploid? Haploid are gametes, that is the pollen grain and ova. Diploid cells are zygote, triploid cells are endosperm. C. Describe one method by which polyploid can be artificially induced by using a chemical colchicine or by colloid treatment. 6D. In sugar cane, the gene for yellow midrib, small y, and long internode, small n, are recessive to green midrib, capital Y, and short internode, capital N, and are on the same chromosome. A yellow sugar cane with long internode was crossed with sugar cane heterozygous for yellow midrib and long internode. The offsprings were 256 capital Y, small y, capital N, small n, 38 capital Y, small n, small n, 272 small y, small n, 34 small y, capital N, small n. Calculate the crossing over value. The crossing over value is equal to the number of organisms with small proportion of exchanged character over the total number of individuals. In this case, it becomes 38 plus 34 over the total number of individuals, 256 plus 38 plus 272 plus 34. This is equal to 72 over 600, which is equal to 0.12 or 12%. Number 7a, state Mendele's first law of inheritance and explain what it means. Mendele's first law of segregation states that an organism's character is controlled by two genes, but only one can be carried in a gamete. So the two alleles in a parent, only one can be carried by a gamete. B, state what stage of meiosis that illustrates this law. That is the metaphase 1 and metaphase 2. 2, explain what takes place in the stages you have named in B1 above. In metaphase 1, homologous chromosomes arrange themselves at the equator to be segregated independently to respective cells. In metaphase 2, chromosomes arrange themselves at the equator for the chromatids to be separated to individual gametes. Thank you so much for listening to this video. Please find related videos on YouTube channel Digital Teachers Uganda. Where there is a search, type in Digital Teachers Uganda and enter. You will be given categories of videos to watch. Website digitalteachers.co.ug. Find notes for chemistry, biology, physics, test papers and their marking guides. Please subscribe to promote my videos. Subscription is free. Just click the subscription button, enter your email and it will be done. You can share our videos, website and YouTube channels with your friends.